Okay.
Attention, please.
Yo. 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 Yo.
Welcome to your Inspirational Astrology Horoscope for this weekend, March 9th through the 10th, 2024. I'm astrologer Dave Palmer, the Leo King, here to illuminate the collective consciousness. Well, thanks so much for being a part of highvibe.tv. If you're not, make sure that you join on our apps or the website. Get on now. You're missing 95% of the content I do if you're watching this on YouTube. So you're missing out on all the horoscopes, all the awesome schools, all the deep astrologies, all the awesome full disclosures, sun sign horoscopes every week. Make sure that you join highvibe.tv today. Also, I just want to announce I'm doing a new master class. It starts this Wednesday coming up, which looks like that's going to be the 13th, I think. My Eclipse Master Class. This is going to be covering everything that you've ever wanted to know, believe it or not, without knowing the knowledge of everything from the basics, of course, of the pre and postnatal past life stuff, but knowing when these events are getting triggered, not only when we're having eclipses, of course, we're having the total solar eclipse, which I'll be out in Texas. You know, it's so funny. I didn't have my mic on. My mic's coming through now. We'll start that over for fun. I'm going to keep going. Hey, what's going on? It's David Barr with Leo King. I'm here for your weekend astrology forecast for the weekend of March the 9th through the 10th, 2024. For the new moon in Pisces. If you're not on highvibe.tv, get on highvibe.tv. You're missing 95% of the content that is on there. Literally every week, all my sun sign horoscopes I do, all the dailies, the deep astrology, full disclosure, my Leo King lives, and of course all my schools. I'm promoting that I'm doing a new school, the Eclipse Master Class. It starts Wednesday. It's going to be 4 weeks long. You need to know this school, of course, because it's so much more than just pre and postnatal or understanding your past lives and your nodes, but, you know, relationships, jobs. Why do eclipses change your life? And why do some subtly do it, and why do some dramatically do it? This is going to go into the power of the eclipses and how powerful they literally are and needing to know them. Even the little things like, why do people that you know that are 9 years apart from you with their nodes in opposition have the weirdest connections and usually don't work out, right? There's a reason. Lots of other things, or even those sensitive points of those pre and postnatals that are so important, because even if you're having a progression to them or a transit to them, they're being affected. But you know, it's so interesting. I talk to so many people in astrology and they have no idea, like their postnatal eclipses or even their prenatals. And I'm sitting there looking at, like, you have this happening on it right now, like, you know, and then they're wondering why they're having this weird relationship or this weird job situation or this weird whatever. And it's super easy to teach people in their charts and even to do mundane astrology of how I make predictions. So this is a really potent class. You can be a member of High Vibe TV Premium, to where you get all the schools, all access, and just pay the monthly subscription. And you can cancel at any time. It's not like you're locked in. It's just a monthly. Or, of course, you can buy this individually, and you get all 4 classes forever. You can watch it on your Apple TV, your Roku. You can watch it on your iPhone app or your Google apps, anywhere. And you have access to it, but just by logging in, and you don't even have to be a member of High Vibe through a subscription. It's only $125. Starts on Wednesday. So we have this new moon in Pisces. This one definitely is going to be the weirdest new moon we've seen in a long time. Gonna say that. 2, we are overloaded with planets in Aquarius and Pisces, and then we just have Jupiter, Uranus here in Taurus. So this is very tight. Within 120 degrees, all the planets are at. So this is a very dense, potent time. All the planets are still direct. We are going to see that this new moon is going to really bring us into the eclipses. 2 weeks after this new moon will be the lunar eclipse in Libra, and then we come into that total solar eclipse. I'll be out in Texas for that one. Of course, go to teamlightstore.com/events if you want to go out. We still have some rooms available. Tickets are cheap. I also have a discount code, LeoKing10. Definitely come out if you want to. It's never going to happen for over 20 years, but especially even in Texas, or if you're out there, it's not going to be for over 400 years. So this one, of course, we might be seeing a comet at the same time. And remember that I just said, and I'll show you in the charts, right now with the sun just on both sides, it's where all the planets are at. So, we can't see the planets right now, right? Because it's with the sun. But with a total solar eclipse, you want to start to see some stars in the middle of the day, even some planets. It's going to be pretty badass and a rare moment. It's going to be really awesome, especially if you're into the light work part of things. Definitely go and check it out. All right, let's take a look at where we are at for this I was about to say solar eclipse. I'm getting too hot for that one that's coming up, but where we're going to be at for this new moon in Pisces. The main thing here is that we have been in this balsamic phase. So this is going to be Saturday the 9th, actually, where this balsamic phase of the moon has been rough. It's been with Mars, it's been with Venus, and now it's crossing over Saturn. So you have to remember that 2.5 days before we step into the new moon is the balsamic phase. It is the dark moon, the devil days in Tibetan astrology. And we have to remember that this is a time where we have to be drastically, and I mean drastically, paying attention to what we're doing with our subconscious, what we're doing with, believe it or not, the energy of wanting to be free. You could actually be making the biggest mistakes of your whole entire life during this time. This is definitely where you don't want to create regrets, right? Now, I believe in a life where there are no regrets, but this is where the ego is trying to find every excuse to find an escape, to find a reason why, and export out every situation that's going on within yourself as the outside is causing me the problems. The reason why, we're going to see Mars in exact square to Uranus as this new moon is about to finally close up and finally make its conjunction and start this new moon process. But we also see that this is going to be a new moon in sextile to Uranus. And now Uranus is, of course, the ruler of Aquarius, and we have Mars and Venus in here. And what's interesting is if you notice that this Mars-Venus, we've already seen the conjunction that happened at 6-7 degrees here of Aquarius, but they're sitting in a very weird spot. Saturn and Mars, the two malefics, which are going to meet on the next new moon total solar eclipse in Pisces, has Venus squished between the two malefics right now. And with the south node being in Libra, dispositing that, this is not about, with this balsamic dark moon coming into this eclipse, about, I want to feel better. Well, whatever you're trying to feel better with, it's usually like, some Mercury-Neptune energy that we're seeing. Mercury in its fall position, also detriment. That's why we see Mercury at a -8, of course. It is the double fall, the double badness of Mercury here, and it's at the 29th degree. It just made its conjunction with Neptune. We will see this Mercury ingress into Aries, though, for the new moon on Sunday. But this is definitely a time of doing massive spiritual filtering in your life. You can't also say, well, this is toxic, I'm getting it out. It's like, no, what's toxic within you causing the situation? And maybe if you deal with the toxicities within yourself, like this is about upgrading very on the deeper and the higher spiritual level at the same time. Remember, like I said earlier, Pluto is here at 1 degree of Aquarius. Uranus is all the way out here at 19, but that's not that far away, right? That's what was within a square. That's why we were within less than 120 degrees all the planets are all lumped in to a very tight portion. So things are thick. It feels like there's not a lot of room. Feels like there's not a lot of place to go. And it can be very easy to use this kind of tripwire that is easy to step over and easy for you to find an excuse to run away from situations that could be great blessings. Uranus is teaching you about stability in a unique and different and even unstable ways. How do you find stability in an unstable environment? How do you find a way for your actions to make sure that you're not just gambling on some sort of hunch idea? This could be where in the very unique moments in life where your intuition is not intuition, it's your mind creating a trick thinking that it's your intuition, right? We do not want to be making big action moves right now. We're going to have a lot of that's coming up here that follows this new moon. But this is a new moon about where are you ready to upgrade your spiritual value in your life and take ownership of whatever is going on within your subconscious, your soul, your mental health, your psychological, and any of the things that are holding you back spiritually, especially since we have Saturn that's now at 11 degrees of Pisces. And remember that Neptune is in Pisces. So this is a new moon that's sitting between Saturn and Neptune and pretty much about a half a degree off, but at the midpoint of both of it. So this is a new moon at the midpoint here of Saturn and Neptune. And Saturn and Neptune have not been together in Pisces since 1523. So yeah, it's been 501 years here for us. And this is a new moon that is finally dealing with what is this going to be about? Well, how do we dissolve the frustrations in our spiritual life? Well, we do that work within. We do that work in finding the compassion. We don't start doing this Aquarian thing because if you think about it, Pluto is still in Aquarius. It's going to come back into Capricorn in September, but you put Venus, Mars, and Pluto in Aquarius. All those three planets are about what I really want, what I need, what I want to connect with, what I want to have sex with, what I need to feel back in my life, what I want money-wise, what I want to look like, what it needs to look like. And in Aquarius, it could be like with Pluto there now, oh, you know what? I don't know if I want to commit to this. I want to just bug out. Like this is where you're going to see people that the more toxic energy is actually not what looks like toxic. It's the toxic of what you can do right now, which can be masked in this very selfish North Node Chiron energy of really about, oh, you know what? This is going to heal me. It's like, oh my gosh, it sounds like another new age crazy fucking talk. Like, this will heal me. Let me just go machete my life down. And how does that affect other people? How does that affect your life? And without thinking consciously, right? Because this is where Mercury is going to cross over for the new moon, which is going to be happening exactly for me here on the West Coast in California, March 10th at 1 a.m. So that's 4 a.m. Eastern. I think in the UK that's 9 a.m. And I think in Australia that's like at 9 p.m. or something like that. But we will see this new moon happening at 20 degrees of Pisces. It's Mercury that's going to ingress into Aries as that new moon is about to finally start. But it's interesting to me to see that Mercury's finally off of Neptune and finally out of Pisces. And it's like the new moon is finally us crossing this crazy bridge of fog and seeing weird things. And instead of running away or not knowing where we're really going, we finally start to see some sort of clarity. And even though Uranus is a planet that most people associate with freedom or even independence, it really actually is about upgrading. It really is all about connecting and finding solutions. And this is about finding solutions to things that feel like there are no solutions that can be found, when that's the lie within ourselves. We have to develop under this new moon with Saturn and Neptune here, not only the maturity, but the spiritual maturity to actually realize that there's always possibilities that exist on the higher spiritual levels and within ourselves. With Mercury in Aries, that's going to ingress, that's going to help us see sharper. Of course, Mercury is getting ready to do a retrograde. Not quite yet, but we have to remember that Mercury has now been flying and every planet's been direct. And now things are going to start after this new moon. And as we do come into the next eclipse, that's going to be the total solar eclipse at least. We have a lunar coming in 2 weeks. We're going to have to start dealing with a lot of things that we're going to be like, did I make the right choice here? Did I rehash this? We're going to have a lot to rehash. So this is very important right now. Let things filter through. This is where like Eckhart Tolle and you know, this too shall pass. Like, because this energy of Aquarius is frustrated with Mars and square to Uranus, because it's like, maybe it's the solution that you don't want to do. Right? But maybe you haven't actually tried it. Maybe it's the, oh no, I know what's going to connect and what's not. It's like, do you? Like, have you popped the fuse and did you try this fuse yet? Did you try this? So we could feel like we have pop fuses. We could feel very extremely tired, especially when you have this much energy in just one part of the zodiac, right? Every experience in the world is what you're trying to find everything through. And that could be a good thing, but it can also be a bad thing, right? Like, we need to find stability in the unstable. That's what Uranus and Taurus has been teaching us, and that's the big lesson of Jupiter. So as Jupiter at 12 degrees now, getting closer to that conjunction in Taurus to Uranus, which of course that's happening right after the total solar eclipse at April, as we're ingressing into Taurus. So we're about, 40 days away from that conjunction. These are the lessons that we're learning about how to bridge, how to bring things together, instead of how to tear things apart, instead of how to try and remove things constantly. The only thing that can be removed right now is the spiritual stuff within your own self that's not positive, in the mind, in the soul, and especially where you lack responsibility of your spiritual self, or that you've gotten to a place to where maybe you feel like it's a burden. But there's many solutions that could be found. With Mars in square to Uranus, it's definitely not an easy one. Unpredictable things can happen, but I'm predicting that it's more like, oh gosh, like this other situation's coming and it's a solution, but do I want to have to go through it? It's like, yeah. Or are you just trying to find the easy route? Because especially when you load up this many planets in Aquarius and Pisces, what's the whole shifting of the ages about? We're shifting out of the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And this is where we're going to start to see over the next couple of years so much activity between these two signs. With the North Node at the beginning of next year that's going to move into Pisces, the North Node, Saturn, Neptune, eclipses. We have a lunar eclipse that's coming this year in Pisces. Like with Neptune, like we have to start really going like, oh, maybe I should start paying attention more to my spiritual responsibility. And this is about selfless service. This isn't about, I'm doing this for me, boo-boo, right? That kind of energy is what is toxic. It's almost like taking the toxic masculine and inverting it into spiritual form that goes into any kind of situation, with North Node Chiron in Aries, and with Mars that is dispositing that Aries energy, of course, and it's in Aquarius. So it's being disposited over in Aquarius, and it's squaring Uranus, which that's the ruler of Aquarius. And Mars does not want to switch with Uranus because Mars goes to its detriment in Taurus. So that's no mutual reception there. This is like having to find a mutual understanding where you might be putting your ego and your values way above the solutions that are pretty simple. And it takes vulnerability. It takes being vulnerably honest and not attaching to trying to be right, not trying to be, how do I look better to the judge and jury of a person, yourself, or whatever, with that South Node that's in Libra. We also are seeing Black Moon Lilith here in Virgo that's opposing this new moon. So this is bringing up so many fears about the little reality, or more importantly, an obsession, like my way or the highway of how this reality is going to look, motherfucker. And that's, again, sorry to say, toxic as fuck right now. And this brings up relationship dynamics. This brings up project dynamics. This brings up your spiritual life in general. Like, what's going on? look within yourself. This would be a great time to work with a counselor, a great time to work with people that you can be vulnerable with. But the whole lesson, I think, is seeding as we're coming into such an intense eclipse season here that is going to be dynamic and change all of our lives. This is time for us to do that spiritual cleanse. This is time for us to make sure that we don't have any of those weird values and weird egocentric kind of holds on our soul to do the actual right thing, which is the spiritual, compassionate, empathetic. And more importantly, what's best for me to be able to be my best for God, to be best for my family, to be best for myself, to be best for as much as possible that I know deep inside connects with that good energy. Because right now it could be very easy to just say, fuck it, I don't want to do all that, and be and again, this is like massive regrets that people could just wash their life away for the hypothesis they're making that, oh, look at this might be better over here. Like the grass right now is not greener on the other side. And I let you know when it is. It is not, right? This is where you're creating that it is without putting all the pieces together. Like, oh, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that. Let's say you're like, I'm going to go move over there with my friend and I'm leaving this person and You go over there and you're like, I forgot that they had a fucking gross ass dog that shits in the house. I forgot they don't have air conditioning. Oh, I forgot that fucking my ex is friends with them and he actually lives in the house next door and I get to hear him bang his girlfriend all night long, every night. This is the kind of shit that people are not thinking about. Like, so this is a humbling moment of you are not in control of the universe. You are not. You're going to have to let that one go. And I know that's, I think, the hardest thing for most people that listen to astrology. I think any good astrologer knows you're not here to control nature. You cannot control it. You cannot control the divine nature, nor can you control God, right? So this is where people have that shadow of the ego. They're not even realizing that's there, right? It's the hardest thing to do in life is to be honest, like, this is my shadow, my ego. Like I have to be honest with myself. Like, I don't want to go into a place of regrets. I don't want to have beautiful things because turn into shit. Especially it's fragile right now. When you have this much Pisces and all this Aquarius right now, and when you have Neptune in here and Mercury just came out of it, like we are all like a glass cup that got pieced back together with Scotch tape. Okay? So it's easy to be like, well, there's something better else out there. And that's Jupiter, Uranus. But Jupiter and Uranus are like, well, maybe we can turn this glass into something else and gain from what we have and all the great people that we have and all the great things that we surround ourselves by and actually find a cooler way to use this to our advantage and build something out of it instead of throw it away. Very Pisces, Aquarius. Let me just piece the fuck out. Let me not be too vulnerable. I just want to find the next new thing. Let me just go to the next campsite. Let me just go to the next group. Let me just go to the next place and just piece the fuck out on all these people and I'll find something better when I'm there. No, you won't. There'll be nothing there. With looking ahead with North Node Chiron, it'll be a fucking weasel, a weird looking person, a person with a fucking crooked eye, a person with missing teeth and a fucking weird tongue. And you're going to be like, oh God. Like that's literally where people are not paying attention. Especially if you've noticed, for those that have been watching, Eros moved into Taurus and it's square Pluto. So anybody that's trying to find some sort of like, let me go find a good time. Let me go find my twin flame or my passionate flame or whatever you want to fucking call it nowadays. You're an idiot. At this moment, you're playing fucking with retardville. Okay? Especially with Black Moon Lilith in opposition. Like, boo, I'm going to go get what I want. With Juno in opposition to Saturn in Virgo, I'm going to go find exactly what I want. exactly what you want. All right. That's not in alignment with spirit or the God universe at all. Oh, yeah. Your ego. Oh, with Chiron there, it's going to be a warped ass, weird ass, dark, weird, fucking gnarly shit. So masculine or feminine, that dark, oh, I can get what I want and how I want it is going to give you exactly what you want without what you want. It's going to give you the worst version possible by the universe. And if you can't see this, well, I don't know what to tell you. Because that's what's happening. This is a new moon about clearing out that part of you. This is a new moon that's about who's really still with me. And when I say me, that would be God, spirit. Who's still willing to do that deep inner work? Who's still willing to be of selfless service to being a light worker? Who's still willing to find solutions? Who's still willing to work through problems? We all got fucking problems. Who's running away from problems and who's stepping into problems and finding solutions? Even if it might not look like the solution that your ego and your mind and your soul even wants, or even what feels comfortable, but you know, because spirit's tapping on you like, hey, this is a doorway for you. That's what Jupiter, Uranus are really about here with the sextile from this new moon, right? Like, hey, I know it's different. I know you haven't been through this door yet, but it's better. It's better than the easy route. Yes, it's better than the easy route. We've also been seeing Saturn that's been in square to Aldebaran and Antares, those fixed stars. And so it's, to be honest, because most of you aren't on high vibe, I don't know why. I don't know where you guys are. You guys are lost in TikTok land that's about to be banned and all that crazy shit. But I'm here to tell you with Saturn that's been squaring these stars that there's been a hidden, because Pisces is the hidden house, right? So this deals with hidden. Now, what's the number one most hidden enemy? Is your own ego and your own toxic soul when you step into it, okay? I know, I'm a 12th houser, okay? But the number one thing that's hidden in your most hidden enemies is that's of hidden enemies always, right? Is you. Your hidden entity within you that maybe you weren't paying attention to has just logged in and has been assessing you over the last week, being like, are you really one of God's great warriors? Or are you one of the reptilian dark people masquerading in fucking a white dress and fucking going to fucking Topanga on the beach and doing some fucking yoga and acting the part while really being a dirty ass reptilian whore? I'll let you sit on that one for 1 sec. So, this new moon has Venus still in Aquarius at 28 degrees. It's kind of weird because it's sitting around going like, I don't even know where to fucking connect. Not even weird connections. Like it's pretty much offline here. Okay. So this isn't about what's going to make you feel better. It's about what is the entity, the dark hidden self within you, or maybe the spiritual entity you've taken on. We've all had to go through a lot of crazy shit over the last 4 years, even for us light workers. And we have to realize that there's been entities that try to attach or whatever. Let it go. That will make you feel better, opposed to chasing. That's what Mars and Venus with Pluto is chasing some electric connection, some change that I want to have instantly that you've been focused on. Let go of whatever you've been focused on and what you think the outcome is supposed to be. The outcome here is not going to be the outcome because you still have to find the solutions to situations. So the best part is, yeah, we can aim for outcomes, but the main thing is to find solutions. And whatever those outcomes might be that are positive and spiritually good is where it's at. Not, I have to have it this way, because there's so much hidden energy right now of shadowed ego, shadowed I will project that everything outside of me or this person or this group or this situation or that problem is why I need to bail the fuck out of my life right now. And if you're in that place, you need to fucking, I hope that this message is getting to you, that you need to fucking slow your roll to literally full stop, Saturn, and examine yourself in the mirror, Neptune. This new moon's right between both of them, and go, am I going to regret this shit? Am I just being a fucking reptilian that just goes from system to system to system and just fucking continues to fucking eat up whatever I want when I'm not happy, fucking piece the fuck out? If you are in that position, this is where you let go of that energy, you reestablish your connection with God and the universe and the divine creating energy full blown, and you let that energy go. I'm not saying you are that. I'm saying that that energy can be easily swaying you subconsciously without realizing it after what we've already been through for so many fucking years and how tiring life is and how many things have been going on, right? This North Node Chiron in a positive is like, you know what? Those that are going to be successful through this year are taking the beating. We're taking the hard hits to find solutions, to guide, to teach, and to, more importantly, not let whatever hurts fuck us up so much that we become reptilian escape artists. And you know, it's a really weird new moon for me when I'm looking at this, because I'm like, you know, like there's not a lot of aspects happening when you get the planets this close to each other, right? It's more about the conjunctions. It's more about the potency of these signs. And also, like, what's ruling all? Neptune. Neptune's in its home sign, right? This new moon's in Pisces. This is a very potent new moon. This is also the first new moon of the last two moons that were with Pluto. Pluto was in Aquarius during the new moon in Aquarius. Pluto was in Capricorn during the new moon in Capricorn. So this is the first one without Pluto, but now it's with Saturn and Neptune. So you're getting a back-to-back, you know, Pluto feature, and now you're getting a fucking Saturn-Neptune one, right? So you're dealing with also the Mars square Uranus. You're getting the sextile to Uranus. You're dealing with all the outer planets at once, and you're dealing with Saturn. And this isn't about Mars Venus, right? Like, if you're on High Vibe, you know I've been calling this Mars and Venus in Aquarius like the dumbass Romeo and Juliet who think they can just go against the world and find the happiness that they want by doing crazy things. And if you're doing crazy things, you know you are, and fucking they end up dead at the end, right? Their plan doesn't work. This is not about following Pluto that has seduced this Mars and Venus to go, but yeah, you can have whatever you want. And you're just going to have to break away from this and break away from that. It's like, oh my gosh, when Uranus and Jupiter are trying to help build, how is Jupiter and Uranus going to launch anything in your life? And stop watching all these TikTok fucking astrologers and being like, you're going to have good luck with Jupiter. That shit makes me want to throw up. Remember, Jupiter doesn't pay off until the end of the transit. And Jupiter and Uranus aren't going to even come close to paying anything off until they finally conjunct. And we have to remember that these two are trying to help us understand how to find solutions that make our life better, not escape. Taurus, you don't leave the farm. If there's a problem, you find a way to fix it. You find other people that could help. You find ways to maintain the beauty, okay? Not go into cold, dark, and this is where Pluto in Aquarius has its shadow, and that's what's going to start being revealed over these months, as all these planets that you're seeing just over the next couple months are all going to start to square Pluto, right? In Aquarius. So the dark shadow of Pluto in Aquarius is starting to show itself as well, and that's, I'm going to be cold, I'm going to be disconnected, I'm going to, start putting, that I found the solution, which is I'm just going to disconnect fully. It's about being observational, and it's about filtering and putting a triple filter on, a charcoal triple filter. Actually, there's 4 planets in Pisces, technically 5 if you include Mercury as it's approaching. 5 filters on everything, and making sure that you're not doing the biggest regret of your life, because you will be doing it double time, because this is playing like an eclipse without being an eclipse. When we get to the total one, oh, that one will throw you for a whole headspin conjunct Chiron. And for people, just so you know, I mean, you guys aren't on high vibe, so you guys get this information too late all the time on the day of, instead of people have done this for over a week. In the helio chart, Mars and Pluto are conjuncting here by the time we get to Monday. And there's Venus too. We're about to have a triple conjunction in the helio at 0 degrees of Aquarius. At the same token, we are in the Jupiter-Uranus conjunction. So this is why I'm saying these are choices that you need to take very seriously. And in my best astrological, horoscopic advice would be, this isn't about a choice of change by getting rid of what you have. This is about embracing what you have and finding the solutions and moving into the new energy, opposed to disconnecting and fucking ending up in crazy, weird, I don't know where I'm at. Okay? Because this can be regrets for the rest of your life. People won't take you back by the choices you make if they're cold this weekend and on this new moon. They won't. You do something so stupid, right? Like, I'm leaving. I'm disconnecting. I need to make this about my own happiness. Right? When really it's a projection that you just are dark and empty within yourself, and you're probably doing something fucking dark and weird, or you have a psychological condition that you're not dealing with. We have Chiron at 19, and here's that Earth that's going to be here at the late part of Virgo. And remember, we're coming into the eclipses, but especially once we come in those eclipses, we're going to see that exact opposition. Jupiter-Uranus will have already met. And we have a huge, that's why I'm saying, like, this helio chart is showing people are willing to destroy their lives without realizing it. And I'm concerned. And I hope I've caught enough people before they make their destroying choice of their own beautiful things in their life to use this to find solutions and to find bridges and to find ways to connect, opposed to, I have no other option except especially if it's off the internet, then already that you're being swallowed up by the dark, like something off the internet that's going to solve your problem, like some relationship or some project with people you don't know that, oh, that'll save my life. Like, you're fucking an idiot. You're falling into the trap. You're falling into the gutter at this point. So that's where that is for this new moon. Let's see what the cards say. Da, 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. Bro, where have you ever even been? I don't even know what do you mean? I think being a double Leo with a moon in Taurus and a Mercury in Leo and a fucking Venus in Leo and a Mars and Saturn in Scorpio, I'm like beyond super fucking exalted, dignified, fixed. I have not moved I am in the same place I always am. I'm at highvibe.tv at the studios every fucking day, making massive amounts of content that would make every YouTube astrologer look fucking petty, and only giving out new and full moon horoscopes on here because I know my value and I know my worth. And being a YouTube whore is not of value. That is weak sauce shit. And how are we going to change this Lightworker Collective if it's just about giving out bullshit to fucking people on where you're just trying to skip ads all the fucking time right? Let me install an ad blocker. That's how the collective is. The collective is cheap. The collective is not even ready to ascend when you're at that level. So, how are you going to do anything? Do you think John D was like, yeah, Queen Elizabeth, I'll be your astrologer. I'm just going to do a bunch of TikTok videos with my fucking scrying here, and you can just watch that. No. Like, do you think Nostradamus was like, you know what? I'm going to put out a prophecies book in 1555. I'm going to put out all these secrets, and I'm going to also help, King Henry at the time, and I'm going to do all this stuff, and I'm just going to just put it on TikTok and just like put up free stuff and say Jupiter's good luck and fortune, and just put up stupid little shorts that say, ooh, Aries this week. Fucking like, do you realize that is like the reptilian sucking you dry? Like not doing actual astrology at all? Like literally like ask one of those astrologers if they even know how to do a golden yod in their head, and knowing what that is, what are the degrees, when's the next one, and I dare you to ask them, when's the next golden yod in Helio? I bet you nobody in this chat could even tell me this, unless they're high viber. But anyway, like that's where it's at. Like if you really want to get the real shit, you can be on high vibe, or you can just sit here on YouTube fucking fucktard land and just have a fucking wonderful time with the ghetto. You're in the ghetto now. You have to realize that all these things, I told you this 10 years ago. I've had my app for 10 years. That social media, and my video's up. You can look up the Leo King 2015, because I had the app at the end of 2014. I said, I'm making changes 2015. Watch my video and me saying this is turning into a gutter, and they're going to gutter all the spiritual community up, and everybody's going to be beggars for free fucking bullshit. And that's what you all are at this point. Beggars. And I said that all the fucking people that would stay on are going to be beggars themselves. It's just watching beggars to beggars. While YouTube is stealing 45% of, when you super chat somebody, they take 45%. When you watch an ad, even if you just pass for it, they take 45%. So anybody who's a YouTuber, they get screwed. So you're helping screw over people. And then those people that are doing it and they can't get off because they're too afraid to find value and go create their own network that is better, that has better live stream aspect, a whole community, its own social network, and fucking get notifications, and fucking be with only people that are into this, instead of watching every fucking crazy other video fucking that's not even based off spirituality that gets thrown at you. That's all fucking demonic CIA fucking mind control. But that's where we're at. So I don't even know why you're calling me Hunter. Like I'm wearing an American flag John Vervados fucking thing. I've worn this thing for 6 years. Fucking people know who the fuck this shit is. Like I don't even know who you are. Like you're so weird. Hunter. I'm sorry that my dad is dead. I'm sorry that I smoked crack once back when I was 19. Right. I was a little bit like more of a raver. You know what I mean? I think that's proof from spiritual dance music for 15 years on this channel. But I don't know where you're getting Hunter from, but I don't see Hunter raving. I don't see Hunter doing astrology. I see him painting horrible pictures that people pay like $50,000 for to funnel money. That's what I see. But, like, you just got your ass handed to you right now. Like, your little dark reptilian shadow fucking just came out like bad. Like, straight up. I'm sitting here helping people to avoid going down dark roads, and you're here fucking just playing dark roads. And I am using my North Node Chiron, my prenatal solar eclipse at 9 Gemini, with my North Node at 5 Gemini, with my Chiron at 7 Gemini, sitting on top of Aldebaran when I was born at 9 degrees, and fucking being like, shut the fuck up. I'm one of God's military commanders. Shut up. Stop bringing dark shit around here. Especially even mentioning Hunter Biden, who's a dark piece of shit. Who's going to turn on his father, by the way. So, like, your little scummy ass bug reptilian ass can get the fuck out of here. Like, you know what I mean? Go back on the beach and pretend that you're spiritual and do your yoga, whoever you are, and fucking have fun, you know, and go have sex with the dude that's going to fucking leave you in a day to make you feel better for a second that you think that you're going to get anywhere. And some other chick's going to fucking take that dude, and you're going to be sitting there complaining in another chat being like, oh my God, I don't even know who you are. But like, obviously you're that retarded. So go get them. Go have a fun weekend on your delusional Delulu new moon and go get fucked in your yoga fucking shit and put that mat down and be a fucking idiot and go make the dumbest mistakes of your life like you're making right now. Have fun. Like, go have fun with the dark. Like, you're obviously a wretched human being. So, you know what? For this person who's saying all that crazy shit, we'll pick one card. Oh, look at this. The Knight of Pentacles reversed. You are going nowhere in your life. Nowhere. You are stuck. You are so stuck, so self-worthless. You are stuck in the deepest mud of your own filth, of your toxic beating down of your beautiful soul, that you don't feel valuable, that you feel only better by literally fucking trying to compare me to Hunter Biden, who I have zero relevance connection with as a fucking full-blown Leo, and he's a fucking Aquarius. He's fucking never done anything for himself his whole life. His dad has fucking done everything. I have worked for all this by myself and been homeless. Okay? Fucking, we have zero in common. All right? You are a Knight of Pentacles reversed. And you're going to have a guy who's going to fucking be broke as fuck, who ain't going to give you shit, and he's going to treat you like shit and leave you and dump you into the fucking quicksand that you deserve to be in. You will survive, of course. Because you're going to have another weird troll come and pick you up and take you back to your reptilian spaceship. All right, let's see what the collective's getting. You guys miss me yet? It's pretty boring out there in the astrology world. The person said challenge accepted, or no, somebody else did. Oh my God. Good luck with that one. Anybody who's fucking tapped in would know that whoever this person is, that's exactly what's happening to them. Oh, shit. All right. Like, oh boy, riding your Lilith Virgo, huh? Fucking. Like, opposed all this Pisces, like, fucking, oh my gosh. Could you imagine this person who, I don't even know, I'm having a vision of whoever this person is, like at some fucking yoga thing and like just telling people like, you're doing it wrong. Oh my God. Tell the instructor, you're doing this. You need that. You need to drink kombucha right now. And everybody just being like, can you get the fuck out of here? Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like that person, whoever that chick is, needs some deep love tarot from back in the day. Fucking, and I would just, it's here to help you, you know, but you're obviously like in the Delulu world right now. Like that was your like, I don't even call it a criticism. Like that was your whole thing. Like, oh, you're going to compare the Leo King to Hunter Biden? I mean, anybody with any astrological knowledge would be like, well, why would you pick the opposite sign? And why would you pick a guy who fucking doesn't do anything in his life, doesn't know anything spiritual? Like, hello, like that is just not even comparable. That is like you are the exact reason why not many comedians live anymore around. Like, you are not funny nor good at taking a person down at all. Like, I don't know. You should go get a job somewhere. Well, the Nine of Pentacles reversed that I pulled for you. To be real with you, like, nobody wants you as a job. Nobody wants you as a relationship. Nobody wants you, and you got to go figure out why. That's where your pipe dreams are. We're all pipe dreams, and the pipe bomb blew up. So, I don't know what happened in your life, but obviously, you have a lot of like self-abuse, meaning you abuse yourself so much. So I honestly wish you the best. Like, I just did my 12th house, Pisces selfless service, and I'm trying to help you because like you came that way. So I'm going to treat you that way. A reptilian comes at me, I'm just going to throw my mirror up and just let that reptilian fucking energy just come back at you. So have fun. Like, keep sucking on the reptilian dick all day. Oh, nothing hit a nerve. You want to know my honest truth? Because you know what? This is vulnerability. I love coming on YouTube and just reminding you all motherfuckers out there that you guys watch boring ass people. You guys watch people that don't even actually know what they're saying half the time. They literally have not evolved at all. They do not know how to break it down, get to the actual fucking core of what's going on, and fucking predict shit, okay? And I love being a comedian. That was a perfect setup for me. Like some stupid bitch, I don't even know, fucking calling me Hunter Biden because of my fucking American thing. The most un-American person in the world is Hunter Biden. So this person is retarded. They're a reptilian. It was the best setup. I'm not even riled up. If anything, thank you. You just made my fucking moment on YouTube even better. I got to deliver badass info, and then I got to take down a reptilian live and made me laugh. I love to laugh. I love to do this. That's why Deep Love Tarot, still the #1 and only tarot video ever to reach 1 million views. Okay? You're talking to the motherfucker with only, what do I have, 131,000 people, and they haven't changed for 2.5 years. I haven't gained at all. Okay? Who got over 1 million views on a tarot video. Nobody's done that still to this day. And you watch all those people. Why? And I don't come on here. I show up now once in a while like, what up? Because I don't sell my soul to YouTube. Sorry, I'm not going to sell my soul to YouTube. So, why don't you start thinking about that? I ain't triggered at all. I'm doing just fine over here. Because none of those motherfuckers out there that put all those videos out on YouTube and sell their souls can't get 1 million views on a tarot video. Still. Look at that. I screamed. That's not screaming. This is passion. There was just an amazing episode people all should watch about how toxic feminine literally thinks that a man can't express any emotion. Only the emotion they want to hear. So you're the exact reason why so many men are killing themselves, right? I'm not going to kill myself because I'm strong in myself. But so many men out there are afraid to even express. I'm not even angry. I'm not even upset. I'm laughing at you. I'm not even screaming. I'm not even yelling. I'm not mad. I'm not like, yeah, right? You are retarded. It is hilarious. It's hilarious. So it was fun. Thank you. I loved picking on a reptilian, but we're done with that. So let's see. And I'm just reminding all of you out there. You guys all still watch all those people out there and they can't hit 1 million views? They can't hit 1 million views with a tarot video? And I did? Why? What's the difference? Because I am that real and I know how to deliver it and I know how to be real. And I'm not like, there's no filter of my life and my soul and how I deliver that shit. It's raw as fuck. You're watching predetermined people who write down on a script what to say, okay? They use a webcam. We're in 2024, okay? They do not put the money that you give them by your readings, by all your shit, to give you back the most best fucking shit ever, or an app where you can connect with people and a network and a community, they don't do anything but they're selfish and give it only to themselves and go buy who knows what, but they can't even fix their camera. They can't even fucking do anything. Why do you do this to these people? Like, you feed these people to their own fucking delusional selves. They don't put money back into fucking the collective. They don't try to actually go their own route and make something universal and different. Let's not forget how many motherfuckers copied the motherfucking Leo King on this bitch. All right? We already know that. If you've been watching me for so long, you already know all these motherfuckers up in here have been fucking copying this motherfucker, right? Why do you think I don't come on here as much? Right? I did my light work. I still do it, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't care. They were meant to copy. They were meant to copy. That was the whole point. For me to inspire people. But it's so funny that most people just have like been like, oh, well, yeah. But they never got the exposed by real soul energy, right? They all are, you know, robotic about it. So, of course, there's some motherfuckers that aren't, right? But the ones that aren't, I've done interviews with. They're all on my YouTube, under my interviews. Okay? Those ones are all real motherfuckers. There's maybe one there that's a fucking a turncoat. You know what I mean? Fucking. And fell to the empire, you know, and joined the boards of the fucking astrology fucking boards and shit like that. And she fucking, little do you all know, she fucking turned, she made it to where YouTube astrologers couldn't create a conference together. She put the axe, the fucking knife through the heart of that. And you all know who she is. And she's a horrible person for that forever. She ruined that ability. That's why I went and created the network to go build all that. Because I was like, wow, the actual astrology net, like boards and the organizations, you know who they all support? You know who they support because those people are very easy to see. They're very like, hello, let me do a podcast about astrology and not give any energy at all or real shit at all. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how you know they're robotic. I'm not going to say, but it's very easy to know. Let's just say they've been doing it for just as long. They did a video with me in 2012 and said that I inspired them to do this at the United Astrology Conference. And if you were to go to their website, you would look like, it would be like, oh my God, it looks like it's still from fucking like 2004. All right. And they're an Aquarius. I'll give that away. And that's a woman. But in this, in that liberal fucking astrology weird shit, she might be going by something else now. Who knows? I don't know. She's probably a half woman, half man, half trifecta loving something. I don't even know, right? Like blah, 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 and totally going against astrology and duality and masculine and feminine and completely just fucking it all up, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, geez, these fucking people out there. And probably fucking boosted to the motherfucker, you know what I mean? Like fucking just sat there and fucking was like, fucking pump that shit up in my arm. What an idiot, right? You know what I mean? Like, and you all know who's the one who told you before those things came out that it was going to be a shadow reality and would never work and it would fucking be horrible? Me. Tell me the other astrologers that did. You can't. They were all too pussy, right? They all actually advocated for it. So I just don't, why do you think I don't come on here a lot? And when I do these little rants, I have a blast. You know why? Because it really is straight truth. I don't fuck around. I am just straight truth. So fucking have fun watching the bullshit. Have fun. You just ingest bullshit. It's like being a bunch of pigs at the trough. No quality. Sorry, good astrologers make their own thing, like their own book, their own horoscope place. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's out on YouTube for free all the time, every day and all the time, and it's fucking pig trough. All right? All right. What's for the collective? The death card. Ooh, you know what? especially with what I was saying about people just wanting to do all that. Oh, the Eight of Pentacles reversed. You know what the transformation is here and what's ending? Is you being afraid to build with new solutions that feel uncomfortable. So if you're trying to destroy your life right now, it's because you don't want to try to build in a new, better way in your life, right? Eight of Pentacles is an amazing card because it's the one that, it's like the Leo King. 12 years every day doing a video. Okay. Those Eight of Pentacles up. When it's reversed, this is us trying to find a better way and a new way. And don't be afraid. Let go of the fear, especially because this is going to be a powerful transformation when you actually start stepping into a new way of doing what already you have, instead of, oh, I'm just piecing out and I'm putting an end to it. I feel like that, like, we'll put one more here if I can. The High Priestess reverse. Yeah, people are literally intuitively way off right now, especially with this Mercury Neptune. People are creating Delulu in themselves right now. And like, that Delulu is, let me just end it all and start over with something new and just like a totally different place. And then how many astrologers and how many tarot readers right now are like, oh my God, I'm going to go get baptized now and make my mom and dad happy and all that shit. And fucking, oh my God. And then, oh, you know, you want to be on fucking Doreen Virtue's channel now and just say like, oh, I was an astrologer. I did like 15 videos and now I'm with Christ. Like, geez. Another one of those, and I'm going to throw up, especially when you start seeing when Saturn and Neptune get closer and the Pisces eclipses and stuff, like when they start coming out like, I left the church, I got raped. Like, you know what I mean? Like, fucking, oh my God. Or I got married and I'm with somebody and now I have a problem. They're not anywhere near spiritual at all. They love the blood sacrifice of drinking the wine and eating the fucking crumpet to reincarnate Christ's physical blood and flesh for me to eat it like a cannibal. I love you all very much. Be on highvibe.tv, because at highvibe.tv we do not do ritualistic sacrifices like crazy fucking cultish fucking Christians do and actually think that that's normal. To be a cannibal? No, that's not. That's not high vibe. Have a great one. Much love. Peace out.